Hello, welcome to today's episode of Start That Business Show. I'm a business coach and your host for the show, Evelyn. I'm really excited to host today's show because it is a really special edition. It is special because we are in the COVID-19 pandemic, just winding up the year. And this is the year that we probably have realized that technology is going to change the way that we do things. And it was evident as the year progressed, even in the way we conducted our businesses online. And most businesses actually realized that many things can now be done online, from online education to online business management to the online meetings that we had never known that existed. And that is why today I'm happy to welcome on board a person who has started a business in the online platform. He runs an IT business, and today he will tell us just what opportunities exist in the IT world, in the ever-changing IT world. So I'm excited and hope that you too will have fun talking to one guy who is making it in the tech world. So welcome, Joseph.
Thank you very much, Evelyn.
Please introduce yourself.
Well, this is wonderful. What an opportunity to be on your show. This is one of the best shows that we can have because you're really impacting the youth. I'm happy to be here and say that, yes, technology works. My name is Joseph Wanjau. Joseph Wanjau is a father, and he's also a husband, a father of one. And I started off, this IT way back in campus. So I've been growing into it. And I'm delighted that now I'm a CEO of a company as well as a CTO. So it's a big, it's quite an achievement. But it has been a journey, which I'm sure we'll get to that part.
Okay.
Yes, but that's about me.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes. So you run Africa Cloud Space.
Yes.
Could you please tell us what Africa Cloud Space is all about and what technology and what really it does?
It does.
Yeah.
Wow. As the word goes, Africa. So that is our target market for now. Then the cloud. It's the infrastructure that we provide. It means that we provide cloud services. So space just means that we are giving customers a space. We lease them that particular space. So that is what we call software as a service. So Africa Cloud Space is a software as a service company, commonly known as SaaS. So we provide online systems. So with online systems that helps in management of businesses, management of schools, management of hospitals, management of associations, and different areas. But the key thing here is these are online and they can be accessed from anywhere, anytime, using any device. So it means that someone in Malawi can get into our website today and subscribe to a service. Someone in Kenya, in Ethiopia, so it is not just limited. They don't need to go there and install. So they just go online and subscribe and able to run their businesses efficiently. Okay. Yes, that's all about. So the company was founded in 2015, but we started off as a website company with a vision of where we wanted to go. So that development of those websites gave us now the capital to invest into now the SaaS, now what I'm calling the software as a service, so which we've been running since the year 2017.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that gives you how many years of operation?
It's around now going to 4 years of operations official. Is it 4 or 3 years? 4 years.
Okay.
Yes.
So unlike me, who is just realizing that technology maybe is the way the world is going,
yes.
What made you start a business in this line?
As a young person back in campus, that is JKUAT, where I graduated in the year 2013. So I was lucky to get a job immediately after graduation. Like I didn't even spend a month, we call it tamakin. So I was employed by Craft Silicon, which is a huge company. And we used to develop systems for banks, and we used to do a lot, even in different countries. Like we used to travel to Nigeria, to Western Africa, and just help in the bank systems. So that's why I came to gain the knowledge or the know-how concerning what we call web applications, or the systems that can be accessed from any device. That is the website, web applications. So that's when now we started off. And I just spent 1 year because I had that urge for starting a business. So I just stayed for 1 year to craft silicon and then started off Africa Cloud Space immediately after that.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
you had the urge.
I had the urge and I knew the potential that IT has.
Okay.
And it's a process, definitely, but so far it has been great. And I can tell any person, like starting is very difficult, definitely. But for us, it was about passion, number one. It was about the vision. So with my colleague, we had a vision. So our company, we have 2 directors. So we had that vision to change our market. And that's why now we started off Africa Cloud Space.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's out of passion and a vision and just wanting to also help business grow and for us to have that satisfaction as well as, you know, as the customers grow, it brings in the money. Yes, but it's an exciting opportunity.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes.
So now for you, the product that you're offering is
Yes.
the cloud space.
It's the cloud space, the software,
Yes.
not the space in terms of hardware.
The software bit
It's
of
the software bit.
Okay.
For hardware, we normally get it from other bigger companies, Amazon and Google and Microsoft. But now for us, we provide the software as a service. Yes.
So that takes me then to the next question. What are the products? What do the products look like? Because like you were in the software bit of products in terms of IT.
Yes.
What other products or services could there be in this IT, in this
IT.
versatile IT field?
Yeah, I can say IT is versatile.
Yes.
it is very versatile.
Yes.
And we have it, you can look at it in different dimensions. So in terms of software and in terms of hardware.
Yes.
So in terms of software, we have 2 categories. So we have what we call enterprise systems, and then we have what we call on-demand. So enterprise is a software like I can come and have for your business, or even for running a school, or running an association like the ones that we deal with. So for us, we are into that enterprise software, software as a service. So we have, as I said, for schools, so we have a very nice school management system called Cloud School that's able to run all the departments of a school. Then you also have another one for membership that runs these bigger memberships, the subscriptions and the invoicing and the payments. And also now for businesses called Ekomali, that is a product for any person who has a business. You can use it to manage your sales, to manage your products, to get to know how to profit you're making, and also to get an idea of where your business is going. So those are the main products that we have, and also water billing. So water billing, you have a society or you have a water company, they have a borehole, so they're able to keep track of the bills and also the payments by these members, and it is integrated with the payment gateways like M-Pesa, so that the system always puts automatically, whether it is for the school or for the membership, the system is able to do that. So those are what we call the enterprise, and that's what we are. That's the business that we are into at the moment. Yes. Yes.
Wow, quite technical. Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me, does somebody need to go through a formal IT school to be able to at least run a business in the IT sector?
No, you don't need to.
Really?
I can tell you for sure, the Alibaba founder, Jack Ma, he is a teacher, he's a trained teacher. Even the richest person in the world is not an IT person. Yes, so you don't need to go to the formal training. All you need is that passion and the vision and, you know, a team. So if you can get a partner who has that technical know-how, then you can be able to complement each other. But you don't need to have the formal training. So there's big opportunities. I know when you are starting back then in 2019, opportunities were even more and more. But now, you know, things are changing. So most people have come into the industry. So you need to think outside the box. But you don't need that formal training for you to start an IT company. Yes, you can.
That's nice to
yes,
know.
yes.
At least that tells me that there's opportunity.
There is opportunities.
Many people out
So
there.
many opportunities.
Yes.
Yes.
And you mentioned an interesting bit. You have to think outside the box.
Exactly.
What does this mean?
Like, you don't just get into it.
Yeah.
So you need to understand and ask yourself, do I use a problem and try to solve that particular problem? Or is it something that I just want to do it as a hobby? There are some people who get into this thing as a hobby, especially website developers, the designers, the people who design, you know, this stuff, because there are some people who have that interest, so they can get into a hobby and then a hobby changes into a business. If you have a good idea, then it becomes easy because you're able to pursue that particular idea. Yes, so getting to it it's just a matter of what is driving you? Is it that passion? Is it doing this as a hobby? Or have you been employed into an IT company and you've learned something new and you know that it's something that you can make money out of it, or you can be able to grow it? Yes.
So for you, what was it out of the ones you mentioned?
I think me from the word go, I had that passion to start my own business, because even in campus, I can tell you for sure, my parents were not paying anything. Like, we used to develop systems for schools back in JKUAT. So I remember with my colleague, his name is Joseph, so we used to develop, you know, software for schools.
Just like you.
Just like me. So we, we were really aggressive, and nakumbuka, we used, sometimes you could be paid like 50,000. So, and you know, in school, 50,000.
You were quite enterprising.
You are, so in Kiswahili wanakuita we ni bola. So it was really interesting. So actually my colleague never cleared school, I remember, and she's also doing well with his business. He's also into that business of schools with more than 500 schools. So you can imagine the amount of money he's making. And then for him, he's in the desktop applications. Me, I ventured into the cloud applications, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So you can start from any point. Yes.
Okay. So talking of which, what equipment do you need to start?
It's easy. Just tell your parent, buy me a laptop, or your friend, or that. For us, we went through hell. I know some people, yeah. So just need a laptop as an IT person. And then, of course, the skills. If you are in IT, you need to get the skills. You need to learn about those development languages. So these are not like in a French and, you know, Chinese. It's something like PHP, you know, Python, C#. So for those who are technical. So you need to learn that. So you can train yourself.
Options? What are the avenues for learning this? For you, it was a university?
Mine was a university. But university gives you very little, 20 to 30%. So the 70% you get it online through Udemy. So whether you're in university, college, or even technical college, or, you know, institution, you can get into the skills. And now even in high school, yes. Even in a student in high school, like today I was reading in a paper that we have a student in Nigeria, 12 years old. He came up with a robot for managing famine. Yes, so at any stage now, because things have changed. At my stage, we used to get computers, you know, we used to interact with the computers at high school levels. Now our students are interacting with the computers at, you know, kindergarten level. So they can start at any level.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And the COVID pandemic, I think, has even increased this.
Yes.
Now
It has exposed people into technology. Yeah. Parents have purchased. Yes. And so at least things are more better now. Yes. Okay. Yes, for any person who wants to trust.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is your typical day today like?
Typical day, wow. As a family man. When you were single, it was easy because you could wake up even at any time, dash out and go to an office. So we have an office, or actually our office is just here at iHub Towers, the Center Plaza. So, and I have another office on Mirema Road. So basically, when you wake up in the morning, I try my best to be in the office by 8. So that's when the latest. Of course, sometimes you have to be there by 6. So I'm also a developer. As a developer, I mean that I can be able to do the software development, like soft programming, we call it programming. So more into what we call C#. There's one language we call C# and SQL Server. So in the morning I'd like maybe allocate like 4 hours into development, and then from there I'm able to attend to customers. Though we have operations department whereby they handle support, and we have other team that deals with the support, and we have resellers. So sometimes I get into meetings, sometimes Zoom meetings. So by 5 I'm always done. So sometimes I can extend up to 8 depending on the amount of work that we have. Yes, but we have a team, so we are able to work as a team. So some of these projects require you to work alone. So like there are some projects that I do by myself, the others that we do as a team. It depends with the complexity, because some of these things is just support. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's how my day is like.
Okay.
Yes.
I really am keen to understand the business aspect of it, because you are technical, but you have a team that does the customer care and the rest of the things.
Yes.
How are you able to do your pricing? How are you able to do your book work and even to establish your profits? Okay. Just the normal business processes.
That's a good question. Let me say, especially when you're starting a new company, you first of all, you can't just be fixed like a hub. I'm just a programmer there. You have also to be in the marketing. Okay. You're also in the operations. So sometimes you find that you have like only 4 hours in a day to do your programming. The rest, you'll also be supporting some of these customers. You're also selling because the company has to go on. So in terms of our pricing strategy or our business model, we look at our value proposition and also our costing and our revenue structure. In terms of how we get our revenue, we bill now, we create packages. Like if it's a school, we're able to know like this school has 300 students and it's in Nairobi, this is how much they'll be paying. So we have that pricing structure that anytime you're going to sell or when we give to the resellers, it guides them. Okay. So, but we have packages for each and every product. Yes. Okay. Yes. So customers pay on a monthly basis. There are some who want to pay annually, and others, quarterly. So basically, but the pricing is per month. That's why it's subscription. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. What influences your pricing? Because like in a tangible product, say bread, I would be looking at the supply versus demand.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's the features. The features and also your, I can say how the size of your business or the size of your school or the association. So we have to look at both. So you look at the size. If it's a school, they have 1,000 students, you can compare it with a school that has 50. And we look at also the features. We have some schools who want maybe advanced features, like they want a customized app. Some of them want even transport, they want to get notifications. So that one they pay higher fee. So we look at the features and also the size of that business. Yes.
And probably the time that you will take to install these
to do the, yes, because there must be an installation fee and training fee. So that one is now per customer. So that one is not standard, because if you have a business in Uganda, you can't charge you the same as person who is in Kenya. If you're in Nairobi, someone is in Mombasa, of course, there must be a difference. So that implementation also depends on the number of people that you're going to train. That's the users, and your location, and also the size of your business or organization. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your major costs? It looks to me like you are very minimal.
Costs are quite high. So for anybody who wants to venture into it, it's not that easy. Because remember that this, you are leasing the servers. You don't have the physical servers with you here because of security and things to do with the technology, things to do with internet. There's a lot of factors that maybe trigger that. So the servers are in Germany, others are in UK, and you must have multiple servers because this is cloud. If one server goes down, the traffic must be directed to another server. So the cost of servers is quite high, very, very high.
So what you store in one server would be what you store in a different server, just in case one
backup, yes, and it has to be real time.
Okay.
And you see, this is online services, so you have to be very careful because if it's hacked or crashed, then you're out of business forever. So you have to have multiple servers. So it's quite expensive to maintain those servers. And of course now the cost of your staff members.
So we are looking at the cost of leasing the servers?
Cost of leasing the servers, yes.
And we are looking at cost of maintenance?
Cost of the maintenance is up to the to the server owners, because you pay them. And as you can see right now, the dollar is quite high and we pay in dollars. So sometimes this cost can go up and up, yes. But that's the main cost now, the cost of the staff members for any other business. Now the other costs are just like any other business, like you look at the staff members, and the staff members could also be you. So because you also need to pay yourself, because I believe that's something you always tell your business. So when I was starting, I really struggled with that, but at least nowadays I have a discipline. Yes, and of course the cost of now office and transport and marketing cost, all those things.
Like the rent, transport,
marketing. Especially for us, we use a lot of digital marketing. So we use Google AdWords. I find it working very well, and also social media. We are not so much on social media, but for us, Google Ads works well for us. And also we have resellers now, the ones who go to the ground. Yes, but the Google AdWords, I've seen it. Even for any business, if you're running a business, take my word, Google Ads can work for you.
Google Ads
But
can
it depends on the type of your
give
business.
it a try. It depends on the
Yes,
type of your business.
it depends on the type of your
What
business.
does this mean?
Google Ads will work for my company, but it might not work for your clothing business. Yes, maybe you need to be on Instagram, on the clothing business, because you need to post photos of what you're selling. You need to promote the photos. For me, I don't need to post photos. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But when I advertise, I'm saying that any person who is searching for this, if you're searching for a membership system, then my list should be the first there. So that's why it works well for IT companies. Google Ads works really well for IT companies, yeah.
So for you, the main marketing avenues are Google Ads?
Yes.
And face-to-face?
Face-to-face, yes, face-to-face. Through now, we have a few staff members to handle that, but we work more with the resellers. These are the partners, people in particular business, let's say accountants, and they want a system that handles accounts. So since they're already in that business, they can be able to get customers. But have to be, you know, for the initial days it was very difficult, but nowadays we find that referrals are what works for us, because we find that when you do a good job for a customer, they refer you to another customer. Okay. So for anybody who wants to start, if you start, just get started. If you get that one customer, make sure you do a good job. Because IT people, I don't know, the reputation is not that good out there. I can tell you for sure, because people just want to make quick money and get away. So, but you find that if you do a good job, this customer will refer you to another customer. And for you to get started, by the way, I can tell you, you don't need to develop your own product to get started. You don't need to sit down like me, the way I sat down, did cloud school, or we did this Komali and all these other products. You can always go to another IT company like us and opt to resell their products, so that you can first of all understand the market. That is, if you want to get into this enterprise business. If you want to go into schools, come and first of all resell my product, get to understand what the market is, then from there you can start developing your own.
Okay, so this person who will be coming in will come in as a marketer?
Yes, they will come as a partner, we are able to give them a huge share. Yes, but with that, it gives you the knowledge of the market. It gives you the knowledge that as you get into it, you really know what you are getting into. You're not just looking at statistics. We have 20,000 schools in Kenya. Or if I do this within 1 year, I'll be a billionaire or a millionaire. No, you need to first of all go to the ground. Do your survey. That's part of survey. As we always tell people when you're starting, especially IT, you do your survey. Unless now it is this website designs. But for these other products, you have to be very careful.
Even with those ones, I think it is still important to
research.
Because
it's
how do
important.
the existing websites look like?
Yes, which
what
technology?
Are the customers looking for?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and how do you use existing technology to give the customers what they're...
Exactly, that's true, yeah.
Okay, so research is important?
Yes, research is important.
Quality service is important?
Very important.
Yes. Okay.
And of course, innovativeness. You have to be innovative. I don't expect you to get into IT and you're coding using those languages used to use in 2013. You have to understand what is there in the market and what suits your market. Like if you want to target, what's your target market? You need to analyze that. Yes.
Meaning you have to constantly repackage yourself.
Yes, and that's what we call lean strategy. So that's what we call lean strategy in businesses. Yes.
You talk to us a bit about it.
It's actually what is mentioned, whereby you don't just go in a boom, because this is enterprise business. This is not what we call consumer-based or on-demand. That one I didn't even mention about it. So on-demand, we have things like Uber, we have things like Airbnb, we have those kind of products. Because for that, you need a lot of money. And you know, this is services that are demanded by the customers. Like you are targeting the individual, you are targeting me, yes, targeting you, targeting anybody. But for enterprise, there is a particular target market which is defined. So that's why you need to go lean, especially if you don't have a lot of money. Even if you have a lot of money, because sometimes people burn money without even getting to understand what is it that they are getting into. So lean means that you go lean, get to understand this market first, start up, give us what you call a minimum viable product, MVP. So a minimum viable product means if I have a school management system, does it meet the minimum? If it meets, take it to the customer. They'll give you ideas on how to even improve it. Yes, you work with now the customers.
How do you establish this minimum? You are probably at your desk coming up with this product.
Yes.
At what point do you now say this product meets my minimum?
Maybe you can do that. That's the research. Assuming now you had started by reselling Africa cloud-based applications, then you'll understand what does this application do, like the minimum features that it has, and the minimum features that are required by a school. And then you get one customer to work with. So with that customer, you need just not much, but whatever you are giving, it works. That's the most important thing. Because if you give something that has bugs or errors, then it draws this kind of a negative attitude from the customers. And the customers nowadays, they are aware of what they want. Actually, they know that there's another product. If they don't use yours, there's even another product which is better. Yes, that can meet the similar needs. Or even better. Yes, so they know what they want. Yes. So that's why you need to be very clear, say these are the features that my system has, but if you need additional features, and or you're even planning to add these features later, so that you go with the journey with them, you walk together. Exactly. So you can determine the minimum viable product by maybe researching online, by getting to do an interview with a customer, or by getting into that business, like you resell a particular product, and then you get to understand what are these features that this product has. Yes.
And now tell me, what keeps you then afloat now that we have customers who are really knowledgeable about what they want, and they even are knowledgeable about the competitors that exist, including even the quality of their offerings?
Yes.
How do you deal with this to make sure that you are dealing effectively with competition?
Of course, we are not perfect, especially in an IT company. I don't think you can be 100% perfect. So, but what matters most is support. Like, are you providing good support to your customers? That's number one thing. And of course,
so the product has to really meet the customer's needs.
It has to meet the customer's needs, and you have to be there for the customer. So if you don't provide good support, I can tell you for sure, they will go away. Like there's
support. So for you, support is really crucial.
It's crucial.
Okay.
There's like another day, I can give an example. There's a customer who was calling a particular other company that had provided them with a particular product, and they couldn't reach to them. They didn't even have their contacts. So they were calling, and these guys were mteja. So all of a sudden, when they were searching online for this guy's contact, I think because of what we call search engine optimization, they just landed into our contact. And we provide the same product. So for us, what did we do? We sold our product.
You seized the opportunity.
You seized the opportunity. And now they're using our product.
Wow.
Just because these are the people, they are not providing support. Their phones are mteja, they are not available for the last 4 months. What does it, so that's how it is. There are other products that can do even much better than what yours is doing. Yes, so you have to be up on your game. You have to make sure their product works, and you have to provide good support. Yes, don't sell and disappear. Because I know that's what most people do.
Yes. You have to be available.
You have to be available for your customer. Yes.
And please tell us a little bit about search engine optimization.
This is just one way of marketing, by the way. So any person who has a website and you really want to be up there on the Google search. So that's why you need search engine optimization. So you have so many companies that provide this, but it's quite easy. You just need to understand who are my target market and what's my product all about. So search engine is something that can be done by an IT person, or even people can do for themselves. If you have a website which is running on something we call WordPress, then you can even be able to do the search engine optimization for you. So that when someone searches, your website comes as among the first. Yes. Yes.
So what would you tell anybody who would like to start a business
in any of them? IT, just let me put my focus on software. So if you want to start on demand or consumer-based product, you just need to have a good idea. Like the Uber founders, they just sat down and felt like, no, these taxis, and so they got into it to solve a particular problem. So that's one way. So the other thing about the enterprise is you need to do a lot of research. You need to get into that market so that you get to understand it, and also do your survey, yes, so that you can be able to now to get started on that area. Yes.
And even as I'm asking this, I'm also curious to know, after paying your lease, your rent to the providers, and meeting your day-to-day, like the rent and the employees, what income bracket are we looking at?
Well, that's a hard question.
Just the bracket, not the exact figure.
Yes, it's 6 digits, but I think now we are better off than when we started. Yes, we are better off than when we started, because when we started, it was not even, I think we got back into our pockets so much, though we didn't go through the loan way, but I'm sure when it comes to business funding, they are different.
I'm glad you were not able to go through acquiring a loan.
Yes, we didn't go through that route because we had the savings from my business. And so how did we finance?
How much roughly were these savings?
It was actually 150,000, and as I started by saying, to start an IT company, if you are technical, you just need to have that knowledge, you need to have a laptop, and you need to have internet. So with those, you can get, and the knowledge, and maybe whatever you want to start off, you can get started with it. So funding a software as a service company is quite expensive. As I said, you need to list those servers. And when you start paying for the servers, it's very critical. If you don't pay, like in 1 month, they'll just cut you off. They can even delete your data. So you need to have money, and that's why you need to separate yourself from the business. Now, I think for us, when we were starting, we funded this software as a service using services like websites. Funny thing. So we used to do website projects for companies to come and market ourselves and do a website. Then it's out of, from this money that we save, and now we're able even to employ more people, now to fund this SaaS product. Yes. And then I even got to resell some of my friends' software. So I would go to a friend who has ready software and tell him, oh, why don't I resell this product? So from that, I got now the money to be able to finance this. Now at least now we are now focusing on our product.
That is now the growth
Yes, that's a growth bit of it.
Okay.
But anyone who wants to start, you don't have to go through that route. You can always go to people that we call the angel funding. So angel funding is someone like you, Evelyn, you have some money set aside, and probably you wanted to buy a land, but you feel IT is also another piece of land. So you take that money and invest into this young person. Like you give them like $1 million or $2 million. It's for them to fund whichever product they are working on. So that's what we call the angel. But we can also have the VC funding. Like for now, our company, we can qualify for a VC. If you want...
What is a VC funding?
VC, virtual... venture capitalist, sorry. So a venture capitalist now is a company that is into this business of financing startups. Like for us, I think now we are at that point that we need to go to a VC because we want to really branch out of Kenya. We want to go to Uganda, or we already have some customers in Uganda, but we'd like to go in a bigger way to Rwanda and other countries in Africa. So we need some funding because, IT, as I told you, it's quite expensive, especially when it comes to marketing and also leasing of these particular servers. And of course, you can go to your friends, you can go to your parents, you can, those are the best routes. If you have savings from maybe an employment, you can always use that when you want to finance your IT company.
Okay.
Yes.
So very quickly, how have you seen the COVID pandemic here from March of this year? How has business been for you?
One way it twisted off, like with the schools, because the schools were closed, so there was no income coming from schools. But another side, in terms of businesses, I think people have realized they need systems. So in terms of businesses, associations, water billing companies, they've really come on board quite a lot. So I think it has brought that realization that IT is key into any business operations. So it has created awareness to people. So if you are...
have you witnessed any growth?
Yeah, we've witnessed growth this year.
So whereas some companies were closing up, you have actually witnessed growth?
We've witnessed growth, though it affected us in a way because our main income was the schools, but in the other business sectors, and that's why diversification comes in, there was a lot of growth in those areas. But for schools, it really went down in a big way. But I'm sure now, it's now the time that the schools, once they open, they'll also want to get into, because we've had a lot of interest for most of them, but the moment financial constraints, yes. For IT generally, with this COVID, even with the teleconferencing and all these things working from home, people need those accounting systems to work, HR systems, and all these particular systems that can be accessed from anywhere, anytime. You don't need those softwares that, you have to be in your local desk. You have to go to an office to work from. But with this software as a service, you can work from anywhere. You can work from your house, you can work from your office. So it has brought that kind of a realization that we need to change our thinking, and we need to now go cloud way. So it's an opportunity for even a business or even any person who wants to get into IT, go cloud.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for explaining to us the complicated IT world.
Yes,
and thank you even for trying to demystify, trying to explain to us what the business sense is and how you can actually even make money out of this.
Exactly.
I'm really delighted.
You're most welcome.
I have learned, and I hope that somebody who is listening or who is watching this show has also learned.
True.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm really grateful, and thanks for the information.
Yes, you're most welcome, and for any person out there, I think this is the best opportunity for you to get started, and it's quite easy. So just get your laptop, get started, or partner with other people who are into this particular business.
And have the passion.
Have the passion,
yes,
and do it. Just do it.
Yes.
Yes. There are so many opportunities, I can tell you for sure. Yes. So many opportunities.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. I guess this might need another talk to understand these opportunities.
Yes.
But this was enough.
Yes.
For today.
For today, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Bye. So there we have it. I've been speaking to Joseph, who runs a business in IT, and I'm a better person today in terms of businesses IT. So I'm really grateful, and I'm glad that I learned, and I hope that you too learned. But in case you are seeking any clarification or you have a question that we have not addressed in this versatile IT world, please engage with us on our social media platforms or even on our YouTube channel, or even subscribe so that in future if we upload more content on this or even other business ideas which you probably might be having in mind, you can get the notifications. So it was my pleasure hosting you in the show, and I look forward to hosting you yet again in another episode. I was your host, Evelyn, and bye for now. Joseph?
There's so many opportunities in IT world. As I said, we have on-demand applications, we have enterprises applications, we have manufacturing, and quite a lot. So you can get started into any business category. So get your thoughts together, have that solution to a particular problem, and get a technical team. Or even if you have the skills yourself, you just need to have that particular laptop and the knowledge, and you can get started with any business. If Joseph, who started Africa Cloud Space, did it, you can also do it even in a much better way. So just have the confidence and get out there. And then, of course, for the marketing, you need to team up with people. You need to get your friends together and you solve that particular problem. I'm going to leave you with one book that I love so much. It's called From Zero to One. So just make sure that you read it. It can really help you into getting more aspects of this IT world. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.